I'm Steve Bijot. Coming up on Down Home Corner, Jeff Barnaby's latest film, Blood Quantum, opens back home on March 20th, 2020. To celebrate, Down Home Corner will welcome Jeff to the show. Also joining us, his brother Corey Metallic from Listuguj. Corey was also an extra in the film. We talk about being on a movie set and a little of what Jeff was like growing up.
It's amazing what, like, the beehive of activity that goes on a set, you know? And for me, being an extra in a film, I was in a couple of films years ago as an extra, and I just felt like it's a privileged place to be, you know? It's like you're allowed to wander where you want as long as you don't get in the way, you know?
Yeah.
And I love that because you get to discover so much, you know. Like, to me, it was like, you know, I was looking at a tracking shot, you know. There's a, you know, and here's a camera on this dolly, and it's on this track, and it's going by, and I thought, wow, I've seen this in like Hitchcock movies and in all these different things, you know. So when you see it for the first time, in you know, in your very eyes, it's cool to see that all come together, you know.
It's such a precise, organized chaos. Somebody's keeping track of all these things. Somebody knows where everything goes, where everybody's supposed to be, and they all work together such as a cohesive unit. That's the amazing part. Like watching them go.
What was Jeff like? Was he like relaxed? Was he driven? How was his manner, you figure?
He seemed like he was meant to be there. Like, this is not his first. Seemed like an old veteran director. He was pretty calm, pretty cool, and the people he had around him were, I guess, what helped a lot, I guess, because nobody seemed to be panicking, especially with the snow. Like,
yeah, because that'll change things all of a sudden too. Yeah, the weather will make a big difference.
We had to ask the fire department to water down the snow, so that make it extra slushier and with extra wet, just to get rid of the snow in that area.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So now seeing Jeff being so professional as his brother, that must have made you feel proud.
Oh yes, just having a goal and having a plan and just working through it, putting his dues in, taking the time, and it's amazing how long it actually takes to get a movie off the ground. He's been starting this for a long time ago.
Yeah, and he's so involved in it too. I mean, he wrote it and he did the music and editing. It's like when you say it's a Jeff Barnaby film, it really is a Jeff Barnaby film, you know?
Yeah.
Well, what was he like growing up? Was he a big movie buff? You took him to his first zombie film, didn't you?
Yes, we were a fan of George Romero's Dawn of the Dead and a couple of those, Night of the Living Dead as well, and treated him like a little brother. Take that how you will. You could tell he's not really an academic fellow. He was always artistic, you know, and that was his thing. Liked his comics, liked his music, and that's where he went.
So he had that creative nature in him growing up then quite a bit.
Oh yes, he's always looked at things a bit differently. He always, with him, he always had the passion for anything he put his mind to.
So he's been a good role model for people, you know, for Listuguj, I would say, and you know, a lot of his friends and family.
Oh yes, I mean that's like when I was going back to what I said. I don't want to take advantage of it, but hey, he's my brother, you know.
Yeah, well, you can be proud. Nothing wrong with that. You can you can get up on a soapbox every now and then for that. Nothing wrong with that.
All of a sudden, cousins are popping out of the woodwork when he.
Was he a good? Cousin. Was he a big storyteller, you know, growing up?
He's always, his mind was always going, put it that way. I mean, he didn't give yes or no answers, you know. He had a good imagination.
So he sounded like he was pretty thoughtful.
Yeah, he's very thoughtful.
You didn't get a chance to go through town in makeup, huh?
No, we rarely left set. Usually if we were moved away from set and we were bussed. When catering started, so we were bussed to the local community hall to be fed, and then so I just see a bunch of us just eating regular set of brains.
Yeah, I'll have Dixie Lee and brains, please. Yeah. Well, do you have a message for Jeff?
Keep doing what you're doing, brother. Doing good. Proud of you.
Well, listen, thanks so much for joining us today, Corey Metallic. I'm glad you're in the film. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you get a chance to be proud of your brother because, when you sit back and you watch, the opening credits and you see a film by Jeff Barnaby, I think you're going to get some butterflies.
I believe so, yes.
Don't forget to check out the full interview with Corey Metallic and Jeff Barnaby as we talk about Jeff's new movie, Blood Quantum, and about growing up in Listuguj. Coming March 2020 on downhomecorner.com.